Okay, so this is my first time going live on YouTube, so I'm still like figuring it out. I don't really know how this works. I thought it would be like the other way, but whatever. So anyways, I'm just gonna be putting price tags on all the stuff I made this week for my market that is tomorrow. So first thing I always do when I'm gonna put price tags on my things is I have a little baggie of all my price tags. Some of them are like blank, there's nothing on it, and some of them already have a price on it because I cut it off of an item that I sold at previous markets. So I just like usually empty the bag. These are all the blank ones that don't have like any price written on them. And then in here I have all the ones that already have prices on them. So I usually just kind of dump that and then make different piles of the different prices so that whenever I grab an item and I need a certain price, I know where to grab it and I don't need to like look through all my prices. So I'm going to try to put my phone, I guess, I don't know, that's probably the best it's going to be. But I just make little piles, like this one is $15, this one is $12, and I just make little piles for all the different prices. So yeah, this part is kind of boring, but I made a decent amount of stuff this week. I didn't feel good for like a whole day, so I didn't really make that much stuff that one day, but I still made a decent amount of stuff. We went on like a road trip for like 2 days. We were on the road for a while, and I did make a lot of stuff. I had brought like a bunch of stuff to crochet in the car, so yeah, I got a decent amount of stuff done. I'm not expecting tomorrow's market to be super busy because at this time of year that market slows down like a lot, and the past 2 times I've been at that market every Sunday, it hasn't really been that busy, so I don't know. I'm not expecting it to be super busy, but I hope it's not like horrible. And I made a lot of like random stuff this week because at my past few markets I've been selling like a lot of literally just random stuff. I haven't really been selling the stuff that I usually sell, like bees, elephants, things like that. I've been selling a lot of random stuff, so I made a lot of random stuff because that's what seems to sell. I'm almost done making the little piles of my different price tags, and whenever I come across an item that I need a price tag for and there's not already a price tag made, I just, grab one of the blank ones and write down the price. But I try to like recycle them, I guess. So at markets, whenever someone buys something and I cut the tag off, I try to keep the tag so I can reuse it on a different item. That way I don't need to buy more price tags that often, and I'm not just throwing them out and I'm like actually reusing them. The only time I'll ever like throw them out is if they're like ripped or just really old and looks like it's gonna fall apart at any time. Okay, I have like 3 more. Okay, so all my little piles are done. So while I'm putting like price tags on everything, while I'm at it, I'm gonna show you guys like everything I made this week. Ooh, cute. I have not made the Mabel chickens as keychains, but that's a really good idea. I had some gummy bears as keychains, and they never really sold that well for me, but I've seen other people that like it really went good for them. And also to attach the tags to my items, I just grab scrap yarn like this. I wouldn't really make anything with it, especially that it's like really thin. I don't like that. So I just take like a decent length and then fold it and make little pieces. That way I'm using up scrap yarn. And whenever I cut off the tags when someone buys something, I also don't throw this out, like the scrap yarn. I keep it and I put it in a little bag, and then I use it as like stuffing if it's not dirty, obviously. If it's dirty, then I'll just throw it out. My scissors are so dull, and they're like broken too. Okay, so I have a bunch of these little pieces of scrap yarn that I'm going to use to attach my price tags to my items, and I also have a crochet hook because that's how I like kind of get it through. I'll just show you guys. So first thing is this octopus. These aren't in the like order that I crocheted them. I don't know what the order is that I crocheted them in. I'm just grabbing them from the bin beside me. So I have this super cute orange octopus. I sell these ones for $15, so I'm gonna grab a tag. I have actually a lot of tags that have $15 on it, so that's good because I think I made a lot of items that are $15. Then I just pass the little piece of yarn through the hole that's in the tag. And I grab my crochet hook, and I usually just try to find like a place that's visible but that doesn't look like horrible, I guess, because I want people to be able to see the price. Like, I don't really want them to have to look everywhere for it. I want it to be clear but also like not look horrible. I won't put it like right on its face or whatever. I just put it on like tentacles when it's an octopus or something like that. Or if it's like a bear or something, I put it on its ear. But sometimes I have trouble finding a place to like put it, like snakes, you know, they don't have anything like that to put it on. So I usually try to put it just like on the cheek of the snake because there's nowhere else to put it. I usually try to make like a decent amount of knots so that it doesn't come undone whenever they're in my bins or when like kids are like touching them at the markets and stuff, because a lot of kids do touch my stuff. Okay, so price tag is on this guy. Next, I actually have a few of those. I'm just gonna try to grab them. So I have these two other ones. There is probably more in the bin. I just grabbed these ones. Every single time I make an octopus or anything really in this yarn, it sells. So people love this yarn. It's from Michaels. And those are also $15. They're like the same thing as the other orange one, just with different yarns. So I'm just attaching it the same way to like a tentacle or something in the front. I am very excited though. I have a big 3-day craft show coming up, not like this weekend, but next weekend. I guess it happens every year, but this is my first year attending it like as a vendor, and I'm so excited. It's like a 3-day craft show. Apparently it's super busy every year, but there is supposed to be a hurricane, so we're gonna hope that that doesn't happen because that wouldn't be very good. And at that craft show you leave like your stuff out at night, and I have never done that, so I'm like honestly scared. I've never left anything overnight, so that kind of scares me. But they said they have like overnight security, and I'm not really worried about someone stealing something, like who's gonna go and steal a crochet octopus, but I'm just worried about like if there's wind or if it rains. I don't want my stuff falling over, getting on the ground and stuff. I thought about like putting tarps around my tent, if that makes sense, so that it blocks the wind and the rain, but I don't know, we'll see the weather closer to then. But I'm honestly like kind of scared because I've never done that. Apparently it is normal though, like a lot of craft shows that are like a few days in a row, they do that. They just leave all their stuff out at night. I've just never done that, so it's kind of scary. But like, I don't know, I'm not too worried about like theft, but I'm just kind of worried about the weather and stuff falling over. Yeah, I'm not worried about people stealing anything. I don't know. But I will put tarps around my tent to block the wind and the rain, so like that should be fine. I don't know, I've just never done that, so it's like new to me, kind of scary, but it should be okay. I'm having such a hard time making knots. Because my nails like get in the way. Okay, next I have a turtle. I actually have another turtle in here too, and I'm gonna try to grab it because I wanna compare the sizes for the pricing. This one is slightly bigger. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's like not that much bigger, but it still is a bit bigger, and it has the bigger eyes too, which are more expensive. So I'll put this one at $25 and this one at $28 because the eyes are like more expensive eyes. This turtle was actually supposed to go to somebody locally. I had made it, posted on my social medias, and then they texted me and they're like, oh my god, like, is it still available? I literally want it. And I was like, yeah, I have it, but they haven't been answering me, and there's no like deposit on it or anything, so I'm gonna bring it to the market because I don't want to, like, I don't know, someone else is gonna end up buying it and I can't keep it here forever. If she does want another one, I can just make one as a custom order. Hey everyone, yeah. Oh, you crochet too, that's fun. But yeah, I don't know, everybody likes turtles at the markets, and if I'm gonna be honest, I hate making turtles. They take so long, but people like them, and I do price them higher because of the amount of time that they take me to make. I generally crochet pretty fast, and turtles take me still a very long time, and I just don't like making them. But they do sell, so I make some to bring to the market, but I price them higher to make up for my time, and not to like discourage people to buy them, because obviously I want people to buy my stuff, but like, I don't know, I price them higher because they take me so long to make, but people still buy them. Like, some people don't even look at the price of the turtle, they're just like, how much is it? I'm gonna tap right away. Like, they don't care about the price, they just want the turtle. So turtles are definitely popular for me anyways. So this one is all priced, super cute. This one is like the sparkle yarn. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's so cute. I love that yarn, and the eyes are like sparkly too. So cute. What did I say for that one? 28, I think, yeah. And I have a lot of people ask sometimes like how I price my items. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't have like a certain way. I don't have like a chart or anything. I just kind of go by how long it took me, and I don't really calculate like how much yarn I used, because sometimes I get yarn on sale, sometimes I get gifted yarn, so it's hard to put in the price of the yarn. Yes, that is so true. Like, the amount of times that I have to take the fins off and put them back on because they're not like aligned or whatever. I don't know. I've seen people do like no sew versions of turtles, and I've tried them. They just take me so long. I still make them though because they sell super well, but I don't know. I price them higher to make up for all my time, and I have not had one complaint on my prices of turtles. So yeah, people are gonna keep buying them. But yeah, I don't really have like a chart or anything to price my items. I just go by how long it took me because I obviously want to pay myself for my time. And the yarn it is hard to kind of like know how much the materials were for that exact item that you made because you don't always buy the same yarn at the same price. Sometimes it's on sale, sometimes it gets gifted to you or whatever. So that is a bit tricky, but I just go with the amount of time, and I also take into consideration what I would pay personally for an item like that because you don't want to overprice it where nobody's going to want to buy it. But obviously, like, it's up to you how you price your items. Nobody's going to tell you how to price your items other than you. Okay, so the next things I have a bunch of these little octopuses, and they are $10 each. I will try to grab them all right now. I don't know how many I have. Okay, I have these two other ones, and I think I have another one in here. I have another pink one like this. So I think that's it. I have 5 of these. I'm just gonna like put them all here, and I'll put price tags on them. I have a bunch of those pink ones because I used to make them in like only certain colors, and then that pink was like one of them, and I forgot that I had that yarn. I was like, I sold all my pink octopuses, but then I found a ball of that yarn and I was like, oh my gosh, more octopuses. Ooh, thank you. And this yarn is so soft. It's not Bernat Blanket or anything. I don't even know the brand, but it is just so soft. What I don't like about it though is like when you pull on the end, when you try to do like a magic circle, it'll literally just like the fluff will come off of it. I don't even know how to explain that. But the Bernat Blanket yarn doesn't do that, but this one does. These are so cute. I try not to have these little things too long, but I don't know, I kind of messed up on this one. I put it like super tight. That's fine. These all go in like a little basket. I have, I think it's actually a fruit basket I got at the thrift store, and it's like there's something at the bottom and something at the top. Thank you. Yeah, I make sure I have some stuff without safety eyes for babies because a lot of people come into my booth and they're like, oh, my friend is having a baby and I want something, and I'm like, you should probably get something without safety eyes because it is safer. And octopuses are nice too because apparently babies like to play with like the tentacles because it reminds them of the umbilical cord. I don't know if that is true, I just heard it somewhere. But yeah, so I actually get a lot of my display items at thrift stores because if you go on like Amazon to try to find like nice display items, they are so expensive, like it's crazy. So a tip I would say is go to the thrift store or something like that and find like fruit baskets. There's like a basket at the bottom and then one at the top. That way you have height on your table, and they're a lot more affordable at the thrift store than online or even at like Walmart or something like that. So that is where I found a lot of my display items. My keychain rack thing is from Value Village, also the thrift store. I'm not sure what it's actually meant for, but it works perfect for my keychains. I can't really think of anything else that I have from the thrift store. I mean, I have some baskets that are from the thrift store too, but those are just like regular baskets you can find anywhere. But yeah, I just find a lot of display items are like ridiculously priced at like Walmart or Amazon or anything like that. So I would suggest going to any thrift store, looking for stuff that you can use for your display before paying full price online or something. So I did try to make some kind of like reptile stuff. I don't know, because I have an event that I am going to be a vendor at in a few weeks, and it is a reptile and pet expo. So there's not just going to be reptiles, but there's a list of vendors, and a lot of them are snake breeders, and if I'm going to be completely honest, snakes scare me. I am literally terrified of snakes, but that's fine. I might get over my fear. But I already have like crocheted snake plushies, but I did make more because that event is in a little bit. So obviously closer to that actual event, I'll make more like reptile stuff. But I did make a few geckos. They are coming up. I will show you guys them soon. But I made a few geckos and they're actually so cute. I don't really know what other like reptile things to make. Thank you. I love hoodies. That's like all I wear. But yeah, so if you guys have any like ideas of reptile plushies I could make, I already have turtles, obviously. I have snakes. I just made some geckos. I don't really know what other animals like fit in that category. I have like my leggy frogs, but they're not like realistic frogs. I don't know. I'm not like a reptile kind of person, so I don't know what those people would want to buy. But I was accepted at that event to be a vendor because like my stuff is pet related, I guess, because it's like stuffed animals. Yeah, I already have some dinosaurs, but I'm gonna make more closer to that event because I guess it's kind of like related in that way. My sweater is just a sports sweater that I got from a team that I played for a while. But yeah, dinosaurs are a good idea too. I actually have a few dinosaurs that I made this week also. I was looking on Pinterest to see like stuff to make that was like reptile related, and I saw some like really complicated looking stuff, and it's like maybe people would buy them, but if it's too complicated it's gonna take me way too much time to make, and then I would have to charge a lot for them. I probably have some zipper hoodies somewhere. I don't know. I don't really like the ones with the zippers. Thank you. Yeah, I try to make them as useful as I can for other vendors. Crocodiles is a good idea. I would have to try those. Okay, so next I have another turtle. I think the colors on this one are actually really cute. I already hate making turtles, and now I made one with acrylic yarn, which was not fun. Chameleons, yeah, that's a good idea. I would have to try that. And then I have this dinosaur that's made with the same color combination as the turtle, but this turtle was not fun to make because it already takes a lot of time to make a turtle, and then to make it with acrylic yarn was crazy. I actually don't know. This one is going to be $18 because it's like the same size as my axolotls that I make with acrylic yarn, and it took about the same time because this is like there's no sewing involved or anything, so it did go pretty quick. I'm still thinking about that turtle because it took so long, but I don't want to price it like super high because it's not gonna sell if I price it too high, but it did take a ridiculous amount of time. And on my little dinos, I put the price tag kind of like on one of these things at the top. I don't know what they're called, but I think it's cute. I'm having such a hard time tying knots with my nails, like they just get in the way. There we go. So for this guy, I don't know, because this one is $25, so I don't want it to be more than that because it's smaller. it did take like probably the same amount of time, if not more, but buyers don't know that and they don't really care if, you know. So if this one's smaller, my logic is that it should be cheaper. I don't know. So I'm probably going to put it at like $24 because I already have a price tag here of $24. And I know it's like only $1 less, but it is less. And it probably took more time. So that's what it's going to be at. So now I guess I learned my lesson to not make turtles with acrylic yarn because it took so much time. I'm like starting to use more like chunky yarn, I guess, like the blanket yarn and stuff. I used to only use acrylic yarn, and then I got into like using the chunky yarn a little bit, and I was like, oh my god, it goes like a lot faster. You can, I don't know, make stuff a lot faster, and that way you can charge a bit cheaper. Even though the yarn is more expensive, it goes a lot faster. I obviously still will continue using acrylic yarn because some things I just prefer making in acrylic yarn, but I can make like the same pattern with acrylic yarn and blanket yarn, and it will take me the exact same amount of time, but it's like not really fair to charge the same because one of them is so much bigger than the other. I don't know. That's one thing I do struggle with. Okay, next. So I have one little gecko here that I made. I have more, so I'm gonna try to grab them. But my sister said it looks like an axolotl. I don't think it looks like an axolotl, but I don't know if it necessarily looks like a gecko. My favorite acrylic yarn, I really like the Michaels brand. I don't know what it's called, but I will not go put on a zipper hoodie. Thank you. Yeah, I think the colors are so cute on this guy. But I like the Michaels brand of acrylic yarn. It's not Loops and Threads, I don't think. I don't know. I cannot think of the name right now. But I like how it's like not thick because it's acrylic yarn, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like nice. I don't know how to explain it, but that's my favorite brand. I'm trying to think of what it's called, but I can't remember. Anyways, but this is in that brand, so if you recognize this color, this is with the Michaels brand that I like, and I love this one. It's so colorful. And yeah, so I have, I think, 3 little geckos like this. I have another one. I have to look for it. Okay, I found this one. This one is a tiny little bit smaller. It's the same pattern. It's just I think the yarn was like a little bit thinner. I don't think it's that one. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't remember. Like, I have the label in my head. Like, I can imagine like the label, but I just can't remember. Maybe it's like Craft Smart. I don't know. It is like a cheaper brand. Like, the price, yes, Craft Smart, thank you. But yeah, it's like, I think like $5 a skein, and some people say they don't like the cheaper yarn, but I have never had a problem with it. I love it so much. So yeah, this one is in that brand. So I'm gonna price these guys at $12. They are no-sew, so like they went decently fast, and I think they're super cute, so I think people are gonna love them. I will probably try to make more in different colors for that reptile event, but for now, I mean, I don't know, they might even sell just at like a regular craft show or market. but I feel like those would be really good to have for the reptile event. I think like snakes and little geckos. I'm probably gonna try crocodiles. I usually use a 4mm hook with acrylic yarn. The only time I'll like change it is if like some acrylic yarn says it's like weight 4, but it's like thinner. I don't know. So sometimes I'll use like a 3.5 for that yarn, just so that there's no like holes and you can see the stuffing. But I usually use a 4mm. I think that works good for me. I've never really had like holes in my work with that. It also depends on like the tension you're using, I guess, but I don't know, I use a 4mm and I love it. That's also what I like about the Michaels brand, the Craft Smart acrylic yarn. It's like not thicker than weight 4 yarn, but like it's thicker than some weight 4 yarns. So if you're using like a 4mm hook or something like that, there's like no way to have holes in your work. I don't know, I just love how it is. I also, I like Red Heart too. Some people say it's like too rough, but I don't mind it. Or the Bernat, I think it's like premium or something, I don't know. But I don't know, I'm not too picky with brands of yarn. But my favorite blanket yarn is probably the Mainstays blanket yarn. I don't know if that's what they call it, but it's like significantly cheaper than Bernat blanket, and it doesn't, like the fluff doesn't come off when you make a magic circle. You can make a magic circle just fine, and it's super soft. I've never had a problem with it. I love it. I also made some geckos like this. Same pattern, just a little bit thicker yarn. I think it was like weight 5 yarn. It was like this weird random thicker yarn. So they did come out a little bit bigger. But those ones are in solid colors. I believe I have a red one and a blue one. I will show you guys them in a second. I also made a lot of bees this week with chunky yarn, because I sold out of all the chunky yarn bees I've had for a while. Okay, so these guys all have their price tags on. Trying to see what I'm gonna grab next. I made this guy. I think he's so cute. I love the eyes. This was with the stuff that my mom got me. She got me a bunch of like crochet stuff. I think she got it on Temu or something. Yeah, I love the colorful geckos. I'm probably gonna try to make some like maybe more neutral colored ones, because real geckos are not like rainbow. But yeah, so my mom got me a bunch of stuff from Temu and like some eyes. This yarn, actually, I love it so much. I usually freehand everything, and then when a bunch of people ask for like the pattern of something, I usually write it out and release it. But I do have a bee pattern. It's on my Etsy, and it comes like when you buy the pattern, you have the pattern for the bee itself, the little plushie, and then you have the pattern to make a little bee keychain too. So that is on my Etsy, but there are a lot of bee patterns out there. Some look different. I don't know. I've just had a lot of people ask for my bee pattern, so I was like, might as well release it. People are asking. I did not make lobsters. You're welcome. I don't know what to price this guy at. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. This is just a random thing I made. I don't usually make these, even though I should, because it's so cute. But this is also another reason why I don't put materials in my prices, because like I obviously charge for the materials, but like it's hard to know because everything I used for this except for the stuffing, it was gifted to me by my mom, so I didn't pay for any of it, so it's hard to know like how much do I charge for it. Okay, that's a good price point. But yeah, so what I usually do to for my materials is I charge a decent amount for my items, I guess, and then I write down all my expenses, I guess you can call them, for my business, and then I deduct everything that I paid out of like my profits. So I obviously do have to add my materials to my prices so that I can pay off my materials, but I never really say, okay, it took me this much in yarn and in stuffing and stuff like that to make this, because like I just said, I didn't really pay for anything in here other than the stuffing, and it is very hard to know with stuffing, like how much stuffing did I use. This whole box was $30, but how much did I use? So that's just how I do it. I know some people literally like calculate how much yarn they used, how much stuffing they used, how much the eyes were, but I don't know. I just think that it's really hard because when you get yarn on sale or someone gifts stuff to you, it's just hard to know exactly how much. And then just because you got a certain yarn on sale, whatever you make with that yarn shouldn't necessarily be cheaper because you got the yarn on sale. I don't know. That's just how I do things. But I just priced this guy at $20. I mean, it makes sense. It didn't take that long to make. There was no sewing. And I think it's cute. Okay, so next I have more of these octopuses. I made a lot of these guys this week, but I sold a decent amount of them at my last market. So I priced 2 of them earlier, and I think I have 3 here, and I think that's it. I might come up with another one, I don't know. But I have this one, same yarn as the little gecko, just a red one and a camo one. I found this camo yarn in my yarn stash, and I was like, why have I not been using this? It's so cute. And these guys are also $15, just like the ones from before. I need to cut more scrap yarn though, because I'm out. Those octopuses usually do pretty well at my markets. They do better than the octopals, I find. I don't really sell that many octopals. I usually sell the little octopals without the safety eyes to people that are buying something for like a baby, because you know the safety eyes are a choking hazard. But usually if it's for an older kid or something like that, they will get the ones with the eyes. These scissors are ready to go to the garbage. Yeah, I should try that. Thank you. I will see how much of that yarn I have left to see if I have enough to make a dinosaur, and if not, I mean, I could just go buy more. But I have told myself that I should not buy more yarn right now, and I should use up the yarn that I have, unless it's like I need that color for something that sells really well, like some axolotls, chunky axolotls. I need the light pink to make the body, and whenever I run out of that yarn, I mean, I have to go get more. But I told myself I will not be buying random yarn, and I will be using my yarn, and that probably won't last very long because I go to the store and I see yarn and I'm like, I'm gonna make something with it. Like, I will use it up. I don't know when, but I will. Or like if it's on sale, like how would I stop myself from buying it? I feel like buying yarn is just like an addiction. Like, I don't know, it's just, sometimes I just genuinely cannot stop myself. But I should have enough more of this yarn to make a dinosaur. No, I go to Walmart sometimes and I'm like, you know, we're just doing groceries. Why would we pass by the yarn aisle? But then we end up passing by it just, you know, and all of a sudden the cart is full. Like, it just happens so fast. I don't know. It just happens. But we will be moving in a few months, so that's another reason that I should not be buying more yarn, because we're already, you know, trying to get rid of some stuff. Hi. I just think that, you know, you should let me buy yarn, because it's just, you should just let me. Hi. Like, me buying more yarn is not hurting anybody other than my wallet, but maybe I should probably try to control myself a little bit more around the yarn aisle at Walmart. Thankfully though, the Walmart that we usually go to literally is always out of stock of like every nice yarn, so I should be able to control myself at that one. Yeah, my favorite sport is ringette. I played ringette for my whole life. Some people might not know what it is. It's mostly a Canadian thing, I guess. I don't know. They do have teams in the States, but yeah, ringette is my favorite sport. But I have not played ringette in a very long time. Exactly, that's true. Like, I could be buying worse things. I could be wasting money on like plants that are just gonna die anyways, but instead I'm buying yarn that will be turned into something. So I'm having so much trouble making knots. Okay, so I think I don't know. I'm just putting everything back in the bin where I took it, so it's like I have to dig through it to see what has price tags on it. So like I said earlier, I made a lot of bees. Yeah, like the yarn, no, not the yarn. The Walmart that we go to usually is like, the yarn aisle is always like empty, or it's just gross yarn that I'm like, ew. I don't know, it's like super, super thin, and I'm like, no. But, the other Walmart that's like further away always has like a lot of nice yarn, but we don't go to that one unless I need yarn, I guess, which is a way to control myself, because if I ended up in that Walmart and I didn't need yarn, I would come out with yarn. So I think I have only these two big bees in the chunky yarn. I made a few of them with the same yarn but just smaller. But these guys are going to be $20. That's just the prices of my big bees. Always has been and probably always will be. My smaller bees are $12, but I used to make my big bees only in acrylic yarn, but then I had someone like custom order a bigger bee in the chunky yarn, and I was like, that is not a bad idea to have those at the market. Like, I feel like people would like that. And I brought a few and they all sold. So people like the soft yarn. I don't know. I won't say that people buy plushies more when like it's with the soft yarn, because I do sell a decent amount of plushies that are made with just acrylic yarn that's not like the chunky soft yarn. So I won't say that soft plushies sell more, but a lot of kids that do buy the plushies made with the soft yarn, they say it's because it's soft. But obviously a decent amount of people don't really care because they buy the ones made with acrylic yarn. I see a lot of like questions in crochet groups on Facebook, and people are like, oh, do people prefer plushies made with acrylic or like blanket yarn? But it's like that's a tough question. I mean, it depends what they're for. Kids like the softer yarn, but I don't know. I've also seen kids prefer the ones with acrylic yarn, so I don't know. People might have different experiences with that, but the experience that I've had is like 50-50, I would say, like for who buys with acrylic yarn, who buys with blanket yarn. But I do have a big bee made with acrylic yarn in case someone wants a big bee with acrylic yarn. And I have these two guys. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to be grabbing next. So this guy looks a little weird, okay? But I had started making a snake because I was like, you know, for this snake, like the reptile thing, snakes are just good. And I started making this one, and then I ended up running out of yarn, and I didn't know where the yarn came from, so I couldn't just go buy more. So I was like, you know what, it's just gonna be a little snake, and I couldn't undo it. I mean, I could, but I had already put the safety eyes in, and I was like, if I take it apart, the safety eyes are just going in the garbage, and I kind of don't want to do that. So I just finished it and made it shorter, so it's a very short snake. But I'm gonna put it at $20. My big snakes that are like full length are $25, so I'm gonna put this one at $20. I'm sure some kid is gonna like it. Sometimes kids buy the strangest things that I'm like, I did not think that would sell at all. But so I don't know, someone's gonna end up liking it. Like, it's not horrible, it's just really short, but that's fine. So for the snakes, I just put the price tags like kind of on the cheek. And I'm going to show you guys like a close-up of these safety eyes. They're so cool. I got them on Amazon. They were a pack of like different eyes. Some of them were like snake-looking eyes. Some of them were just regular eyes. But I think they're really cool. They were all like super colorful. And in that pack of eyes, there are some that remind me of like zombie eyes. But I guess that's good because it is close to Halloween-ish. So I could make some like zombies and put those eyes on it. But these are the eyes. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like really colorful. I thought it was cute, and that's why I didn't want to undo it and like throw the eyes out because the backs were already in. So I didn't want to throw the eyes out because they're super cute. Next, I have these little chickens, I guess. I don't know. Baby chickens. I don't know how to price these guys. I'm just gonna like look at them for a quick second and try to remember the amount of time they took me to make. Okay, I think I'm gonna... Yes, zombies. I made zombies like that last year, so I might actually make more. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna price these guys at $22 because I have some a bit like this with chunky yarn, but they're the same size, and I have them at $22. So I think I'll just price them at $22. Sometimes I do end up like adjusting my prices if I just realize I'm like, wait, no, like this isn't right. Either sometimes I'll put my prices up or down if I feel like I should, but I never change my prices because someone tells me to. Like, I don't know. I've never really had anybody come into my booth and be like, this is too expensive, and just leave. Like, I've never had that happen, but I would never change my prices because someone tells me to. I have had people tell me that I should charge more, but I don't know. I come up with my own prices, and if I want to change them, I will, but someone telling me to change my prices is not going to do anything. I just try to keep my stuff, I guess, affordable while still paying myself a decent amount for my time. Because I know that handmade items, you know, take time to make and things like that, but I just want the most people to be able to buy something, and, you know, even if the big plushies are out of their budget, there's smaller ones, cheaper alternatives. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Like, I don't know, I've had some people be like, you need to put your prices up, and I'm like, I guess maybe that can be a compliment because it's like my work is good, I guess, but it's like, I don't know, if I want to put my prices up, I'll do that, but I don't need someone to tell me to do that. Why is this one so dense? I like, can't get the hook in here. This is odd. Okay. But yeah, I know some people, when they're starting out, they like to have help from others to price their things, but honestly, price your stuff how you want to price it. Like, you can get some people's help saying, I sell this for this much, just for like as a guide, but my tip would be, do not change your prices because someone told you to. If you're going to change your prices, do it because you want to, not because someone else feels that it's too expensive or too cheap. Okay, so these guys are priced. I think that, like, the only stuff I have left is the little bees, and I think I have, like, a few little things I made. Okay, wait. I actually have a jellyfish. These are more eyes from this, like, pack of eyes that I had from the snake earlier. Like, they're just cute and colorful. This was, like, not necessarily scrap yarn, but there wasn't a ton of it, and I was like, I don't know what else to make with it. I was gonna make a dinosaur with it, and, like, this color would be the main color, and then this would be, like, the little spikes, I guess. But then I was like, it's just giving me, like, jellyfish vibes, so I made a jellyfish. I need more yarn again to put price tags on. I'm probably going to do some more crocheting tonight too. I am working on a turtle right now, and I think the only thing I have done is like the shell and the belly. I still have to make the head and all the fins and stuff, but I just remembered, like, not long ago I need to make more keychains, but those really don't take that long to make, so I'll probably end up making some tonight. I think I'm going to price this guy at $20 because this one's $20 and this one is smaller, but there's all, like, the tentacles or whatever. There's more detail to it. So I think $20 is fine for that guy. It didn't take, like, super long to make, but the, like, curly tentacles like that always take a decent amount of time to make. So, and while I'm thinking about it, I kind of feel like I should make more scrunchies. I haven't made any in a while, but they also don't sell super well, so. And I think I'm gonna be good for mystery bags because I had 5 last market and I only sold 1, and my boyfriend made a big mystery bag with some of his items, so technically we have 5 mystery bags, so I feel like that should be good considering that tomorrow's market is probably not going to be super busy. And then for my big craft show coming up, I'm gonna make more mystery bags for then, but I think I should be good for tomorrow. Okay, next. I'm just like digging through here. I have a few of these little bees made with chunky yarn. I think I have like 3. I have 2 here. Should be at least 1 more. I honestly don't know the exact amount of those. Okay, 3rd one. In my mystery bags, I usually have 2 to 4 items depending on like the value of those items. I sell my mystery bags for $25, so, and I usually try to make it that like if you buy the mystery bag, you have a deal, so the items in the bag have a value of like $28 or something like that. But yeah, I try to make sure to have 2 to 4 items so that it's not like you have just 1 item. Not that like, I don't know. If you want something specific, they shouldn't be buying the mystery bag because like you don't know what's going to be in there. But I don't know, I try to have a few items so that if they don't necessarily like one of them super a lot, there's more items in there. But I mean, I always make sure to tell people, if you want something specific, do not rely on the mystery bag, I guess, because there might be one of those in there, but there might not, so, you know, just a little something I like to tell people before they buy mystery bags. But a lot of kids that get mystery bags is because they like everything and they can't choose what to get. Their parents are like, I'll buy you something, but they don't know which one to get. I do sell these bees. Right now I'm just selling them at the market, but I will probably add some to my Etsy soon because my markets are slowing down, so I will add them to my Etsy. You should be able to find the link to my Etsy if you press on my channel. These ones are $12, and then when selling online, obviously I have to take into consideration the shipping. So yeah, it would probably be $12 plus shipping. Yeah, that's good for the mystery bags. The first time I made mystery bags, I actually put obviously some stuff that people like, but I also put some stuff that didn't really sell. Like, they weren't terrible. I don't know why they didn't sell, but there was like some chill pills, things like that. Yeah, that's perfect. They will be on my Etsy soon probably. But yeah, while we're getting closer to the winter, I will be adding more physical items to my Etsy shop because markets are slowing down around here. I just need to grab another tag to put $12 on it because I'm out of $12 tags. This whole summer I've mostly had crochet patterns on my Etsy, but I think that getting closer to winter, the holidays, people are looking for handmade gifts or customizable gifts, so they're looking on Etsy sometimes. I don't know. I think that I will try selling some physical items on Etsy. I have not had the best luck selling plushies on Etsy because like there are so many other people selling plushies on Etsy, so it's like there's so many of them, so when a shopper wants to get one, there's so many options, so chances that they pick yours are lower because there's more sellers selling them. but I will give it a go soon. See how it goes. I have sold some plushies on Etsy, but just haven't had the best luck with it. I guess if you're selling plushies on Etsy, you kind of have to have something that's like different from others so that the buyers want to buy from you and not from the other shops selling similar things. I don't know. But at markets, regular things like bees sell really well for me. So I think that the last thing that needs a price tag is this snake. The eyes are super pretty too. This guy is $18. I do have a few more things that I made this week that don't need price tags because either they go, well, not either, they go in a basket where the price is indicated on the basket. Thank you. So yeah, I will show you guys the things I won't put price tags on, but obviously I won't put a price tag on it. They go into a basket. I made some mini octopuses that I sell for $4. I make those with scrap yarn, so that's why I sell them for so cheap, because I wouldn't be doing anything with the yarn anyways. And then I made one octopal, and I don't put price tags on those because they go in a big basket and the price is indicated on the basket. And I might find more things in there that need price tags that I forgot about. I don't know, I just throw everything in the bin, so it's very possible that there's more stuff in there. I think I just remembered I made a dinosaur that will need a price tag also. I'm looking around for some fall and winter markets in general. I've been having a very hard time finding anything past like the end of September. I did get an email saying I was accepted to be a vendor at a craft show in November. They said they would send another email with more information, so still waiting on that, but I'm definitely going to be trying to get into some Christmas markets, things like that. There are some, but I have tried those markets before, and I did not have very good experiences, so I don't really want to do those again. Yeah, I will have to check them all. That's actually a good idea. I'm looking on like Facebook, seeing like the events page, I guess, and looking on my town's website for like events, but I'm gonna have to check with the mall because I feel like close to Christmas that would be very good. Okay, so I actually think this is the last thing that needs a price tag. So I made this dinosaur. The eyes are literally, well, I think they're super cute. And when I make these dinosaurs with blanket yarn, I usually charge $28. And I feel like this one is a little bit smaller, like, so I think I'm gonna put it at 25 because it is smaller. So yeah, those guys don't take too long to make because they are a no-sew pattern. It's the same pattern as my other dinosaur I showed earlier that was made with acrylic yarn, but this one is just thicker yarn, so obviously it came out bigger. And then after that, I'm pretty sure that it's just the stuff that doesn't need price tags because I went through like everything. I've never been asked for like a license or anything. I don't know, like I've looked into it, and I'm in Canada, so it could be different, but I've looked into all of it, and legally I am allowed to sell like without a license. But I think that like if you make over a certain amount, you need to register your business, I guess. I don't know, I'm still looking into it. So if I'm gonna be honest, I'm confused about it. It's very confusing, but I have never been asked for like a license or anything when applying for markets, so where I am, I would say you don't need one, but I can't charge taxes because I'm not, I don't know. Yeah, all that stuff you explained to me, and I'm still confused about it, but that's fine. Smallest thing I've ever made, I don't know, but the biggest thing I've ever made was a big giant jellyfish. It's like this big, and I still have it at my market. It is $45, so I feel like it's not that expensive considering how big it is, and it still didn't sell. But the smallest thing is probably like a mini octopus that I'm going to show you guys in like 2 seconds. Yeah, that would make sense. Like, it depends where it is or who's hosting it. I, like, have never had any event be like, hey, you need a license, but I might come across one at some point saying, hey, you need this, but I've never, come across one that wanted a license, but who knows, we might see one of those one day. Okay, so I have these little octopuses here that I was talking about like 2 seconds ago. And I sell these for $4. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you need insurance. But I don't know. I have looked into it in my area and I believe I am fine. But in different areas it can be different. Oh, I found another thing that I made that needs a price tag, of course. So I have this blue bee. It's like matching with my sweater, so it's hard. This one is also $20. I keep saying it's the last thing that needs a price tag, and then I come up with more. So I probably shouldn't say it's the last thing that needs a price tag. But I genuinely think this is the last thing that needs a price tag. But, like, you know, don't, you probably shouldn't believe me when I say it's the last thing that needs a price tag. Okay. I was looking for the other mini octopuses like this that I made, and that's when I came across that leaf. I know I made more mini octopuses like that, just gotta find them. Oh, more stuff that needs a price tag. But I did talk about these, I just didn't grab them. But these are the bigger geckos. I'm gonna put these at $15 each. Oh my god, that is a huge vendor fee. Like, if you're paying all that back plus a lot of profit, it is probably worth it. But I don't know, that scares me. But the most I have ever paid for a vendor fee is the big 3-day craft show I have coming up. I paid $200 for that spot, and I've heard like many good things about that event, so I am looking forward to it. And I did ask about a certain festival that was going on locally, and I was like, oh, like, I would love to be a vendor. How much is the fee? And it was like $400 and something, and I was like, no. I don't know. I don't know the foot traffic of that festival, so maybe it is worth it, but I don't know. I thought the $200 booth fee for the 3-day event was a lot, so I was like, $450 for, I think it was like a 1-day event. I was like, I don't know. It is possible that the traffic, like, I don't know. I just decided to pass on that one because if I'm gonna pay that much, like, I would want to attend the festival 1 year, not being a vendor, just going to see how it is obviously it can change from year to year, but just to see what I'm getting myself into, because I've done many free markets and free festivals that I've made a lot of money at. So I don't know, you might make a lot of money when paying like 400 and something dollars for a booth, but I have made a lot of money. My best market ever, it was free to be a vendor. So I don't know, I thought that was a little bit much, but that's just for me in my area where I don't like, I don't know where all those people would be coming from, because it's not a huge place either. So, but the best market I've ever had, it was on Canada Day, so it was very busy, but it was free to be there, and I made like so much money. Yeah, like sometimes the booth fees can be they can be worth it. The one market that I do every Sunday, tomorrow is actually the last one of the year because it gets chilly at this time of year. But the booth fee for those ones is $45 every week, and you're there like every Sunday. But I mean, it obviously depends like where you are. Where I am, there's not really any huge cities around, so it's like if they're charging so much for a booth, it's like, okay, cool, but I'm just wondering where all those people are coming from, because this is not a very populated area. So I don't know where they're getting all their foot traffic, but yeah, the one I did on Canada Day, it was free, and I made almost like $2,000. That was the most I've ever made. Because I mean, I'm not in a huge city, so that's a lot, because that was all the foot traffic you can get. Everybody was out and about, so I'm gonna try to find the other ones like this. Like, I have the bin right beside me, and I cannot find the rest of them. You know what? I'm just gonna like... Yeah, this place around here, if there is that many people, it's because there's tourists. But now school started again, and it's getting cold, so why would people come here to visit when it's like freezing? But in the summer, it's not a bad place to do markets here, because there is a decent amount of tourists. I found another one. I know I have more than that though, I think, so I'll try to find those. Here's the Octopal that I will not be putting price tag on because it's going in a basket. It doesn't have safety eyes because it's safer for babies, and it's super soft, so everybody loves these. I know for a fact I have more of these, so I'm just like looking for them. Oh, okay. I knew I had this one, but this might be the last one, so we'll just call it a day for these little guys. Because I don't even know if there is more, so I'm not going to be digging in there for like 30 minutes. So I sell these for $4 each. They go in a little basket. Originally, it was a little basket that my boyfriend would put the stuff that he made in there, because he would also make these little guys, but he hasn't made any in a while, so I just kind of made some with scrap yarn to put in there. People, especially kids, love them because they're super cheap, so if they want something but they don't have a lot of money, then they can just get one of these guys because they're very cheap. I'm in New Brunswick, so different places in Canada will have different prices for things too. Yeah, it was weird. Like, my boyfriend literally decided to crochet one after the one Canada Day market. I made so much money, like, that was a lot for me at the market, and he saw how much money I made, and he was like, where's the yarn? Like, get me a ball of yarn. So And I came out of the shower one day and he literally made like a little snake and he was like, look. And I'm like, you made that in like 20 minutes? Like you just whipped up a snake? And then he made little octopuses and he wanted to bring them to the market. He still has a few at the market, but he's lacking. So, yeah, so I thought it was really nice that he wanted to try to make some. But, yeah, so I have these little guys that are like a cheaper alternative if kids only have like a few dollars and they're like, but I want something. And I use scrap yarn, so it's like I'm not really using yarn that I'd be using for something else. But yeah, my boyfriend had this super big jellyfish octopus thing that he made and it sold. Everybody loved it. How is it tiring to crochet? You sit there. Anyways, I complain that it's tiring all the time. So, yeah. So I have these guys. I'm not going to put price tags on. And this one either. So that is all I made this week. I will probably finish that one turtle. I made, I started it yesterday, and I will continue it. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I will continue that turtle tonight, and I will probably make some keychains. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I need to make more watermelon keychains and more lemon keychains. And I haven't sold a bee keychain in so long, it's so weird. Those are I usually sell out of them, and recently I have not been selling any, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know, recently I've been selling just random stuff that I have like one or two of that I'm like, I just made randomly one day, and I'm like, I'm never gonna make another one of these. And I don't know, I've just been selling all that stuff, and I'm like, why is nobody buying bees or octopuses or the stuff that I like to make, but they're buying like a seal that I made 3 years ago? I don't know. So, hi. So I've been making a lot of random stuff, I guess, this week. And one thing that I do want to make more of, so if I have all the stuff I need for it, like right here, I might actually make a few, is, I'm just like moving things around here to try to see if I have everything I need. So, hi, so welcome to my channel. I crochet for a living, that's pretty much all there is here. But, so I have, all this is full of buttons, like these buttons and stuff. And I would usually, I don't know, a while ago, yes, that is the best job ever, in fact. But yeah, so I would use really, really little hooks, and I would make like a flower with the button in the middle. And I don't know where those hooks went, so I'm kind of like looking for them because I'm almost out of those keychains. I think I know where they are, so I will just like bring you guys with me to the other side of my yarn room to try to find a hook like that, because I do. Thank you. My yarn room is a mess. I won't even show it to you guys because it's honestly embarrassing. But I don't know, it's been crazy. My parents came by and they brought a bunch of boxes and stuff and they just like dumped them in here. So it's a mess, but we made it. I'm just gonna grab this whole little basket, and it has a bunch of little hooks in there so that I can find the right size. Yes, I will definitely do a, oh, I just stepped on something. I will definitely do a tour of my yarn room once it is cleaned up, because right now it's like, yeah, once I clean it. I actually cleaned a part of it today. I rolled up a lot of yarn, but there's still a lot to do. Once my market's like, yes, after I move, but we're moving in like a few months, so, you know, maybe, I don't know, but I will definitely have a yarn room in our new place, and moving will literally force me to organize it. So, okay. I have like a bunch of super tiny hooks that I don't know who crochets with this. Yeah, so it gets messy, like, because when I'm, thank you, when I'm done making something and like the yarn is just chilling, you know, and I know I should like re-roll it with my yarn winder so that it's like a nice ball of yarn, but I'm like, oh, I'll just do that later, and then I have a pile of yarn that I will do that later, and it just chills there and doesn't get done, and then it just ends up a big mess. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make, I'm probably gonna use this one because the holes in the button need to be big enough so that I can fit a crochet hook in there. This one should be fine, and then I'm gonna like use this yarn that I've had here. I don't know. It's just white, but I think it goes really well with like this purple kind of. I haven't made these in so long because like it's just so tiny and I don't like it. I'm gonna make a little flower keychain. It's gonna, I don't know, I'm trying to like explain it a little bit, but I just kind of like put the yarn here and then I put the hook through the button, and I hate doing this because I need to use a super tiny hook, but I'm gonna make a flower keychain. Right now I just need to get like all my stitches around. I don't even remember how I was making these, so I'm kind of trying to like figure it out as I go. I don't know. Like I feel like this hook would literally snap in an instant because it's so thin. I saw these little keychains like these on Pinterest. That's where I originally saw it, so I don't know who made it first, but I thought they were really cute because I had a bunch of buttons that were just lying there, and I was like, I'm not doing anything with them. So yeah, one thing I do use some buttons for is I make like little book sleeves, I think people call them, then I put a button so you can close it and open it. This one is just for me, and I have a book inside. I don't really order yarn online other than when my Michaels is out of a certain yarn that I need, or if Walmart has like a sale online or something. If you saw the ground of this place, it would be different, but I order yarn online from Walmart or Michaels sometimes, but I usually try to go in person because I like to touch it and see it. I don't know, it's just, I like buying stuff in person. But yeah, my yarn room is actually, it's a lot better now than it was this morning. This morning you probably would have thought that there was a tornado that passed by. Now it just looks like there was a mild tornado. But yeah, I'm not really much of an online shopper because it's just like, I don't know, I like to be able to touch whatever I'm buying before I buy it. Okay, so I'm almost done like the whole, I don't know, stitches around, I guess. Yeah, we're just gonna blame the yarn room mess on the hurricane that's supposed to come soon. Okay, whenever I'm done the first like row where I do all my original stitches, I guess, I usually switch to a bigger hook because this is insane. I don't know what sizes I got here. What size is this? 2.5. Like some people actually crochet with like little hooks like that, and it's terrifying. We don't get like, we get a few hurricanes sometimes, but they don't really hit exactly where we are. We usually get like the little extras of it, a little bit of wind and rain and stuff, Last year there was Hurricane Fiona, and that one was kind of bad, but usually Nova Scotia gets it worse, I find, but Hurricane Lee apparently is supposed to come like right for us, so I'm not really enjoying that, and let's hope it doesn't actually come over here. It's turning out alright. If I'm gonna be honest, I kind of am forgetting how I make them. I'm just kind of like going with it. Okay, I don't know, these keychains are like $3, so they're just kind of to get rid of the buttons and scrap yarn too. Those are also good for when kids really want something, but they only have a few dollars, and so they get usually either some of these keychains or worry worms that are like $2, or we have the $4 octopuses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. Okay, I don't think this is how I used to make them, but that's fine. As long as it looks like a flower with a button in the middle, I will be fine with it. I don't know what is blue but light. I don't like making these because I have to count the stitches. That's one thing I don't like. I like when I can make stuff and I don't need to like count stitches, I can just crochet. That's another thing, another reason I guess I don't really like making octopuses, because then you have to count all the chains when making the tentacles. Okay, so I am almost done. I only have like one more petal thing left to do. And when I am done this, I'm gonna put like the little keychain ring on there. I don't really know what to call those, like key rings, keychain rings, I don't know. Okay. So it did not come out bad at all. Hi. Okay, so no, it came out actually not bad. I just need to weave in the end here. Yeah, so this is it, all done, I guess, except that I need to weave in the end and put the key ring on it. This is the only yarn needle I have like on me right now, so I will try. It might be like too big. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hi. Yeah, this yarn needle is not working for me. I'm just gonna use the hook to like weave it through. I have been losing all my good yarn needles recently, and I'm mad about it. Because I don't really want to buy more because like they're in my house somewhere. Just don't know where. They're probably between the couch cushions if I'm gonna be honest. If I lifted the couch cushions, I would probably find like all my yarn needles that I've been looking for. For sure. See you later. Thank you for joining today. This is it. Oh, this is it all done. I just need to put the keychain ring, which I have like right beside me, so. Bye. I will probably end the live soon anyways. I will just be putting this on my little keychain that I made. But I have some more crocheting to do tonight. I will finish the turtle I started last night and then probably make a few more keychains, like watermelon keychains and things like that that really don't take me a long time to make. And I have to get a few things ready for the market tomorrow. But this is the keychain all done. This is like the good side, I guess. This is the other side. It's not really bad. But yeah, I sell these guys for $3 at the market because, like, as you can see, they really don't take a long time to make. But anyways, that's gonna be it for yeah, I get him to do that because there are some people sometimes that are a little weird. But that's why I got my boyfriend to help me out here sometimes. I used to do more lives on TikTok, and there was weird people on there, let me tell you that. So I got him to help me out, and yeah, so I find this is my first time doing a live on YouTube, and I've had a good experience, better than TikTok, but there are some weird people on TikTok, so I will definitely be doing my lives here and not on TikTok anymore. But yeah, so thank you guys for everybody that joined and subscribed or whatever. Thank you guys so much. I will end this in a second when I figure out how, because this is my first time doing this and I honestly have no idea how to end it, so I'm like checking it out. Yes, a lot more mature here. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. How do you end this? I'm actually curious. Like, thank you. Yeah. So I will see you guys next time, probably on my video that I will post on Tuesday. So thank you guys for everybody that joined and subscribed and supported me in any way, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll try to do one live a week since this was very fun. So that's all right. See you guys later.